Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. The Middle East situation remains extremely tense following failed peace talks between the United States and Iran in Pakistan. U.S. Central Command announced it would initiate a blockade of all Iranian ports from Monday, April 13th at 10 a.m. EST, as per President Trump's directive. Trump also stated that the U.S. would begin clearing mines in the Strait of Hormuz with assistance from the UK and other allies, and threatened 50% tariffs on China if it supplies shoulder-fired missiles to Iran. He asserted that the U.S. would not allow Iran to profit from oil sales and that Iran has not left the negotiating table, expecting them to concede to U.S. demands. Meanwhile, Iranian President Pezeshkian stated in a call with Russian President Putin that Iran is fully prepared to reach a balanced and fair agreement that ensures lasting peace and security in the region, emphasizing national interests as a red line. Iran's Foreign Minister al-Araghchi criticized the U.S. for breaking down constructive talks with maximum pressure, fluctuating conditions, and blockade threats, while Parliament Speaker Kalibaf warned U.S. citizens of rising energy prices due to the blockade. Iran also claimed its Revolutionary Guard forced U.S. warships to retreat from the Strait of Hormuz, narrowly avoiding destruction. The Iranian delegation presented preconditions for talks, including full control of the Strait of Hormuz, unfreezing assets, U.S. payment for reconstruction, excluding U.S. companies, an immediate halt to attacks on Lebanon, and civilian nuclear energy rights. Amidst these developments, Israel launched new air strikes on Lebanon, causing casualties, and vows to continue its fight against Iran and its allies. This news comes from Tsingtao. According to Lianhe Zhao, U.S. President Trump ordered a blockade of Iranian ports after talks between the United States and Iran failed to achieve a breakthrough. This geopolitical development immediately impacted global oil markets, causing U.S. benchmark crude oil prices to rebound sharply. On Monday, May delivery of West Texas Intermediate WTI crude saw an approximately 8% increase, reaching 104.60 per barrel. Similarly, international benchmark Brent crude for June delivery climbed by 7% to 102.1 per barrel. This surge follows a significant drop on April 8th when Brent crude had fallen by 16% to 92.1 per barrel, marking its largest decline in nearly 6 years. The renewed tension and President Trump's directive have quickly reversed recent downward trends in oil prices. According to Iteli Mistor, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, known for his pro-Russia and pro-Trump stance, conceded defeat in the general election held on April 12th. This outcome is expected to lead to a change in government after 16 years. Orbán had repeatedly opposed the European Union's aid to Ukraine, making his defeat potentially a significant development. The victory of the emerging Tisa party, which is centrist, right, and pro-EU, is expected to secure more than 2/3 of the 199 seats. Orbán had previously blocked 90 billion euros, approximately 16 trillion JPIU, in loans to Ukraine. This election result could pave the way for such aid, indicating a potential shift in the balance of power in Europe. 联合早报 reports that following U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement to block the Strait of Hormuz, the United Kingdom has stressed it will not participate in such an action. A UK government spokesperson told Sky News on Sunday, April 12th, that Britain supports the Strait of Hormuz remaining open and believes it should not become a toll channel. The UK is actively collaborating with nations like France, Japan, and Canada, forming a coalition of over 40 countries, all committed to assisting in the reopening of the strait after any potential conflict concludes. Trump's declaration initially conflicted with a subsequent statement from the U.S. Central Command, which clarified that authorities would not impede freedom of navigation for non-Iranian vessels through the strait. However, the Central Command also announced on social media that it would begin blockading Iranian Gulf ports on Monday, April 13th, at 2 p.m. GMT, 10 p.m. Singapore time. A measure that will apply to all vessels entering and exiting Iranian ports in both the Arabian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. The presidential election in Peru was held on April 12th, with a record 35 candidates vying for the top office, according to GG Press. Amid widespread political distrust following a series of presidential impeachments in recent years, no candidate is expected to secure an outright majority of valid votes. Keiko Fujimori, 50, daughter of former President Alberto Fujimori, and making her fourth attempt, is reported to be slightly ahead in various public opinion polls. Other notable candidates include entertainer Carlos Alvarez, 62, former Lima Mayor Rafael Lopez Aliaga, 65, and former Lima Mayor Ricardo Belmont, 80. None of the candidates are polling above 20%. Public safety, exacerbated by an increase in violent crime, has emerged as a major campaign issue. The election is highly likely to proceed to a runoff vote between the top two candidates on June 7. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.